So that's the difference on age. You can feel
So
it.
does it ever bother you in your back from standing?
Not for leg doesn't bother me. Right now, the shoulders bother me because I must have pulled a muscle or something. That's for doing cutting and average every day. I lift somewhere around about 40 pounds on one time. Take the brisket outside and go, put it in the grill. That's about 40 pounds average, which that's okay. But the cutting, as it were, I'm using a lot of muscles of my right hands because I'm right-handed. So, but it's getting better. A couple days it's been getting better, so it's okay. But feet, this is where you get you. Your feet hurts because all the even I have a rubber mat in the
They
back.
ever get swollen?
It doesn't swell. I don't drink a lot of. I drink water and drink coffee, but I don't have so far okay. No swelling or anywhere because I'm on my feet. I don't have those.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess constantly moving.
Okay.
That could be why I also thin too. Constantly when the customer came, a couple of nurses yesterday. Yeah, you lost a lot of weight. I said, yeah, I lost 2 inches. If I had to go buy a size 4 pants, yes, I lost a size up to a size 4.
Wow.
Normally I always wear 6. I have a slim 6 and regular 6.
Wow.
So I lose it, then I go back alternate back. Well, you went down all the way to 6, so I don't know why, but hopefully okay.
How much prep time goes into getting ready for a week's work or a day's work?
Each day I spend. I leave the house at 6:30. I go shopping first, get all my meat. I daily shop on meat. Reason because I don't want to take a chance on my refrigerator because it's a used refrigerator. So even temperature meat's the way it's supposed to be, but you never know what's gonna happen overnight. So being when I leave the house, I always pass a Walmart, H-E-B. Hi, how you doing? So I work way down shopping.
So did you write your own business plan, or how did your business plan come about?
Just off the top of my head. There's no business plan. I just says, okay, I'm gonna go open it, and I just need to look for space.
Okay.
And that's not. But previous that, I was a food manager, so opened a new restaurant too. So I'm already know what to do. All I needed is just to visualize what size do I want, what type of food I'm gonna fix. So it doesn't have any plans. I just only up here I'm gonna fix it. This and look at the area. I came from actually Belton. I started in Belton inside a gas station, small gas station. No bigger than this aisle right here. That's how big. I have one deep fat fryer, one grill, and a 2-burner stove. I did the breakfast in the morning, and I did a lot of fried stuff in the afternoon, fried chicken. But I still maintain the Korean food a little bit too because Belton don't have a Korean food either. And then, so I did a breakfast and lunch, part of the dinner. Then a barbecue every Friday. I did only on barbecue. So I started there about 1 year, I think. Then we had another place opened up in Belton. It was a single little building standing, the free building. So rent that one for about a year. Then when the economy started going down, then I moved it to Nugent, inside a gas station.
So what attracted you to this spot?
This spot actually, we wasn't looking for through realtor. Across the street is our realtor. So I told him I want a small building, I don't want no big. And this used to be at first a car insurance place at first. Car sales insurance. I think this was used car sales insurance place or something like that. This original building this one was. Then later on it was a dog grooming. Then she was here for 6 months, I think, a dog grooming. Then she didn't want to do it no more, so across the street had a sign and stuff. So I found you a spot. So when I came and looked at it, then I had to stand by the doorway and visualize what I can be doing with this kitchen. I already got a grill, so that's no problem. We can always set it outside. So, and I'm thinking, okay, they can be done this way, they can be done. Just sit in the door and just look around, okay, it can be worked.
How much work did you have to put into it to get it to where you wanted to be?
Very little. You see that window? That's the only thing I had to do, and I take the doors out.
Wow.
and then put the sink in. 3 compartment sink in. Other than that, everything was there and put the equipment in it. So once you open few restaurants, brand new, you kind of know offhand what you need to get done to open the facility. So that's helped a lot. So it was, my biggest help was the APs. We opened brand new Popeyes. We have to go to school to learn that concept. So Burger King, we had to go for 12 weeks school for the Burger King. So like a Burger King college, okay? Popeyes chicken, same thing, 12 weeks. 9 weeks on hand and 3 weeks on a training class. So managers have to take the test. Everything you learn 9 weeks, a 1-day test. You have to pass everything. You gotta pass a 90 to go home. Otherwise they flunk you. Yeah. So it's hard for me because it's a second language, and my spelling it ain't good. I can speak the language and I can read the comprehend, but spelling part, forget it. I learned it backward. I learned how to speak first before I learned to read and write. So that is the hardest part.
So what keeps you going? What inspires you to open the place up every day?
What keeps me going? My customers. And I don't want to get yelled by my customers. You know what they tell me? Wait a minute. What happened? Why you're not open? I miss them if I don't come here. I do. I really do. Truly, I miss them. That's what keeps me going. Every day I see their faces. You know how much worth as a dollar figure? $1 million. I see $1 million of faces here every day. That's what makes me go. Yeah, that's lifetime. Yeah, he's 20.
So when you started cooking when your child was born, how
About
did that-
31 years then, I guess. Yeah, because when my oldest one was 5 years old, that's when I started APs. I think so. Yeah.
So did that affect you at all by having a child and have to?
No, not really, because I worked it during his going to school. See, he started school. He was 4 years old, 4.5 years old. So he was going to kindergarten, and I go in the morning shift. By the time he gets home, I'll be back like 30 minutes behind it. So that way, a friend of mine watched it. So it didn't really affect anything.
Your hours at APs, were they long hours or were they regular hours?
Well, when I was in Japan, it wasn't that long of hours. It's 8-hour work. That's okay. But when I got into the management, yeah, it is long hours because it's a salary. When you're working for the salary, you work some hours in it, and then especially when they tell you it's like your own restaurant, so you work like your own. And when something happens, you're gonna answer every bit of it too, because it's your own.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you regret any of your experience? If you had to do anything over, what would you do over?
Well, let's see. If I was born in U.S., I wouldn't have chosen no food service. Tell the truth. I enjoy it and I love it doing it, but I would have probably went a completely different field. But being lack of English, that was the easiest things I can actually do and actually make a career out of it. And then apparently I was pretty good at it too, because I was always efficient and always made the money for the company, so they were happy about it.
So what would you want to be? What would you want to do?
What would I want to do?
If you had a choice 36 years ago to do what you wanted to do, what would that be?
What would that be? It's kind of hard to answer that one. When I was little, I always wanted to be a nurse. I did. I always wanted to be a nurse.
Wow.
But,
Because you would be around a lot of people.
yeah, I think that's more because I'm more starved for the people. No, I always been that way. I can be loner if I wanted to be, and I'm pretty good at it and keep myself busy. But I guess I'm kind of born with it, always surrounded by people. That could be, I don't know. I couldn't answer that really questions on, really what I want to pinpoint. But the education, yes, I would have been able to want a number one education. If I would have chosen a different path. If I would have been born here.
Well, Miss Kim, I want to thank you
You're welcome.
for giving me this interview.
No problem.
This has been one of the most blessed experiences that I've had
Well, thank you.
in my quest to be a cinematographer.
Thank you.
And you've made that.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I try.
So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right.